Damn, for all of that. Y'all don't have to say good morning again. Thank y'all for coming back. Y'all do not have to say good morning again. Yo, okay. So what I ended up having to do is get my laptop out, y'all. Because what I was trying to do was do my get ready with me through my cell phone. I was trying to do my get ready with me using my cell phone, but I have two different headphones that are Bluetooth headphones, and it seemed like both of them was trying to connect to the Bluetooth at the same time while I was trying to do my show. So I'm sorry, y'all. But good morning, Jake Smith. Good morning to CMAC TV. Good morning, Shanice Franklin. Good morning to Vera Carey. Good morning to Donna Hughes. Good morning to Hershey again. Good morning to all of y'all again. Sorry. Yeah, which I that's the one thing that I hate about this one Bluetooth headphones that I got is if my phone even get close to those headphones, then my phone try to connect to both devices. And I think that's what was giving me trouble, which made me have to start over. Good morning, Tully, again. I think that's what was making me have to start over. But I do appreciate y'all's patience. One thing that I can say about y'all is that I can never call y'all impatient. Because even with me having a technical difficulty with my first live, I had to set up this new live, but y'all came right back. That's real support. So thank you. So anyway, good morning. Now, this recap this morning, well, actually, I wouldn't even call this a recap. No, this ain't going to be no recap this morning. Unfortunately, y'all, I had a few crazy life things that happened yesterday. And I mean insanely crazy life things that happened yesterday in my real life. And for that reason, I was not able to go about getting my notes and scoping out every single thing like what I try to do with y'all. But hopefully come Friday, I will have some things sorted out and I'll be back on the ball with how I do my morning show. Good morning, youngest. Good morning, Ray Triggs. Good morning, Q Rob. So yeah, a real life event happened yesterday. Kind of just threw me for a loop. So I couldn't get out my notes. But either way, I'm still going to bring y'all something this morning. Because this morning I got up at my regular time and I was thinking, I was like, do I feel like doing my morning show? I wanted to do my morning show on my regular channel, my Dunn daughter, but then I was like, well, I guess I could use this channel to do the morning show. I guess I could use this channel for the time being. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the title of this video. I was able to go to Pizarro's for a little bit, and I clicked her link for a few. I clicked ODS link for a little while, and then Ness did her live. I looked at some of Kimmy's. Like it was a lot of people doing a lot, but I didn't have time to just focus on trying to see what everybody was talking about. Good morning, Selma Queen. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate all of y'all for coming back. So this is called InadequateNESS, and this is just going to be, y'all, I'm still in my new season of life, but this is going to be a light drag video. Nothing more, nothing less, just a light drag. So let me go ahead and light my cigarette. Y'all, what I found very interesting is that me playing, good morning, Patricia Alexander, is that me playing my Jay Wilson, the video where we all met together. Me, Jay Wilson, Sean, Nicole Tyler, Wiley, Five Babe, Tim Blaine, Leo, Daughter here, Q with the T, all the people. Me playing that video really triggered Ness. And I knew that it would. That's why I played it. So I triggered Ness because I played that video. I triggered Ness because for her to know that we were doing meet and greets in the V sector while she was in rehab, that really hurt her feelings, y'all. Her feelings to the point. Okay, I got it, Jake Smith. Her feelings to the point to where I guess she primarily dedicated her entire life to me yesterday. You know, even when there's so many other things for her to be talking about, like Kimmy and Dory, because Kimmy came out and dragged Dory. Dory is Ness's favorite barnyard playmate. But even with all that, for her to talk about, she wanted to do a live based upon me. So I guess I'll just address some of the things that she said up in the live, y'all. That's how we're gonna do this morning. Now the one thing that I will say, so in Ness's live, she was dropping a link of a video from the Body Image Project, which again, maybe this video came out when Ness was in rehab. Cause it seemed like she going and find old footage that we done already talked about in the beef sector multiple times. But she found the old footage about me, and she think that she dragging me about the footage that she found. Next, Dimple sending you that video, all that does is prove is that I'm a real person in real life off of this application. That's all that it proves. All that it proves is that, and actually, that video was shot when I was living in New Orleans. The video of the link that Ness put on her community wall and the link that she kept dropping up in her chat, that video was shot by a professional film crew. I was invited, me and multiple people actually. Me and multiple people that had a story to tell were all invited by this film crew to actually tell our stories because, you know, we were important people. It's called actually having importance off this application. And when I thought about the video and how she was trying to drag me for being a person of importance, I mean, during the time that I was shooting that video, Dimples was still a real man. Well, she's still a real man. But Dimples probably hadn't started a hormone, nothing. If we actually think about the time in which I shot that video, y'all, around the time that I was being interviewed by that professional film crew, Ness was dumping out her baby to leave to her brother. When I really sit back and I think about the time frame in which what these people were doing, because I want to know, while I was getting interviewed by professional film crews because I had a life of importance, because people knew me in New Orleans, because people found interest in my points of view, real actual people, not just the beef sector. Yeah, Ness was abandoning her son. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? While I was doing my interview, speaking about my real life, Ness was out there doing drugs. Good morning, DVD. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, TSWO Code. Ness was out there doing drugs. When I was getting interviewed in my real life about my life experience, I was in college. Ness was sniffing stuff and popping mollies and ecstasy and getting trains ran on her and getting bust down. Hell, could have been when I was filming that video that Ness is circulating around. Ness probably had that swollen face. Y'all remember that swollen face picture that I had to show y'all on my other channel? While I was dapper with my afro and my button down and my tie, being interviewed by people who wanted to know my perspective and points of views, Ness had a swollen face, beat up face, had done pumped out her son and abandoned him. These are the things that she was doing. When I sit back and I try to parallel the things and the accomplishments that I've had in my life versus the things that Ness has accomplished, and if we put it on the same timeline, she comes up inadequate, quite inadequate. And this is why I call this inadequateness. Even when I was doing my interview, that Ness is circulating around, my girlfriend, my long-term girlfriend, Bianca, was sitting right there waiting on me to finish my interview. You know, Ness was probably still fucking men and letting men skeet all up and through her back then. But no, my girlfriend Bianca was right there while I was doing my interview. Y'all gonna go try to find Bianca next? Oh, she's cute too. She's cute too. But Bianca was my girlfriend in New Orleans. So anyway, let me move on. So one thing that I did notice though when I was thinking about that video that I showed from us all hanging out is that I was hanging out with all the people that Ness wished to have hung out with, but nobody ever invited her. She never got an invite to the party. I was there with Nicole, Tyler, and Wiley. I was there hanging out with her favorite CCs while she was old struggle moderator for both of them. Girl, you weren't getting no respect. They weren't trying to invite their moderator to come nowhere. They didn't want you nowhere with us. You couldn't sit at the table with us. And I think that's your problem because you did not have a seat at the table. Good morning, Storyline. Good morning, Wild Seed. You did not have a seat at the table, and so now you're mad about it. But I mean, you tried to make your own table and did y'all Vegas trip, and you had to get these 2.0s and get a Billy Goat and Lemon and a few folk. But for the events that we all had together, you were never invited. You were never invited. You said that I carried myself well 15 years ago. I should break it down. What you talk about that video, Vic Damone, that Ness was circulating? Is that the one you talking about? Because to be honest, I have not watched the video in ages. But I will say that when that video was made, my entire family in Mississippi was so happy. They were so proud. When that video was made, they was all sharing a link to it to everybody. My aunties was sending the link to everybody at her job. Because I come from a small hometown, and so they thought that was a pretty big deal for me to be getting interviewed in New Orleans on a scale of that magnitude while they was still back home in Mississippi. So they were quite happy about it. Good morning, Bella. Good morning. Okay, let me see. I do it because I could play the video. I do have permission to play the video because the same company that emailed me for that video, I still have email connection with them, but I'm trying to think if I want to play it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the video, y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Child, I still got this video up from me going up on Pizarro's. I had to go on Pizarro and I was screen sharing for her Laurie's video. And so this video is still up, but let me see. Okay, let's see. Oh, 6.5K views on my video. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead. I just found this, so let me go ahead and present my screen. And good morning, everybody. Good morning, Serum of Truth. Oh, I found it. I found it, Victimon. I just found it. Okay, let's see. Let me bring up my video. Would y'all? I ain't even realized, but look here. So out of this company that was doing this project, my video has 227 likes. I didn't know that I had that many likes on my video. No wonder Ness jealous. No wonder. No wonder she jealous. No wonder why Dip was jealous. Out of all of the people that this company they did, let me go to the videos and see who got the highest views, the most popular. So I'm the third most popular. Somebody got 16K, somebody got 8K, and then I got 6.5K. Okay, so I'm the third most popular. Let me bring it up. People can say such horrible things to you, and it stays with you. Regardless of if they thought that they were not doing it to hurt you, it'll stay with you. I love softball with a passion, but I remember one game where I was up to bat and like there was like some grown up in the stands saying, "Come on, big mama," and I would run to the base. You know, I remember like some of them laughing. Adults had horrible things to say, and I mean, I was like 8. When kids said things to me, that didn't hurt me. I think the thing that really, really made me notice my body image is when an adult said something to me. I have little cousins and stuff, and I don't want the same aunt that made me feel a certain type of way to make them feel a certain type of way. I just really think that people just need to see people for, who they are. Who's to say that that snide comment that you made that was a joke? Who's to say that really doesn't stick with the person and actually tear them down in some type of way? When I see different people of different sizes, I strive every day to not look at them and, try and make any type of assumption. And that helps me to change myself. I've learned firsthand that trying to change yourself in such a drastic way, trying to make yourself become somebody that you are not genetically meant to be, can kill you. My mom died. In 2006, June of 2006, she went in for tummy tuck and liposuction procedure. She was pronounced dead about 14 hours later. And I would hate to be the person that drove somebody to make such a drastic life decision. Even the most beautiful people or the most beautiful bodies, they still feel like they're lacking something in some way. So I almost don't even know if perfection could even be achieved. Sometimes you're just supposed to be who you are. My name is J.Dunn. Okay, so that's my video. Good morning to everybody that came in. No. Okay, so that's the video. But look, Ness. People wanted to interview me. Ness on her soapbox last night, she said that this video was because they was looking for ugly people. And I mean, Ness of all people said that. Of all people said that. But let me tell y'all how I was actually approached for this. Because I think this video had to have happened, I want to say maybe like 4 years after my mama passed away, or 5 years. And again, like I've always said, my mama was a woman of great status in Louisiana, or excuse me, in Mississippi, but she worked for the government. So she worked in Louisiana, she worked in Mississippi. Hell, sometimes she would go TDY, that's what they would call it, where she might have to get deployed somewhere for a certain period of time to do her government job. Thank you, Dr. Nikki. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So my mama would have to do a lot of stuff for her work because she was an accomplished woman. So when my mama passed away, It was like a big deal. It was a big deal. The government pretty much treated her as if she was like in the military. Like at her funeral, they presented me with a plaque, had her picture, it had medals and stuff in it. They presented me the plaque with the medals and the pictures. It had like a little flag up in there, like the American flag. So essentially, my mama was kind of on the scale of, I guess, like a military type person, but not technically a veteran. So when she passed away, it was really known. And just like what I've said for years, that I had to engage in a whole medical malpractice lawsuit after my mama passed away. So that made the headline. That made the newspapers. That made the news all over in my hometown and in Louisiana. That's facts. So the people knew me. I had notoriety. Before there was a beef sector, before there was anything, I had notoriety. I mean, what's wrong with that? Ness, did you have any notoriety when you were that age? Or was you just out here getting fucked on and having HIV scares? Maybe you was just out here getting fucked on and having HIV scares and pumping your baby out to leave him to your brother for your brother to raise. That's what you was doing during these times when I was being interviewed. When I was engaged in medical malpractice. And I mean, if you look closely, you could probably find a deposition and all types of things if you actually looked. But again, that's because I had a life. I had a life of status. People cared about me. And this was before a YouTube content creator. This is before me even really doing, well, I had a YouTube channel then, but I wasn't heavily up on here like talking about it. I would just watch it for like a show review or watch it for news purposes or something like that. But yeah, with Ness and Dimples, so what? VS found this interview in 2018. VS was the very first person to bring this interview to the beef sector. VS brought it to the beef sector when me and her was beefing. But I mean, Ness was just moderating for people at that time, if that. So she probably missed it. Or she could have been in another state of rehab. Who knows? But either way, I did that interview. And one specific thing that I was speaking about candidly in there is about the adults, because what I noticed is that, especially in my family, and I think in Black families in general, well, maybe just families in general, but specifically Black families, you know how the older people, specifically the older women, when they get so old, they just say any old thing to any old body. That's what I was speaking on, because I had one older auntie, a relative, and she would always just say whatever to anybody. Even once I became grown, she would still just say whatever to any of my little cousins and stuff like that. And I always had a problem with it. Of course, because I was an adult, I would address it. Because just like if I see something going wrong and I check it here on YouTube, I check my relatives too. My relatives ain't exempt, especially if I feel like you're wrong about something or you out of line about something that you said. So I was specifying different things like that. This video does prove that I was an athlete, played softball, then ended up playing football. This video proves that pretty much everything that I have always contended and said is factual. It's factual. And as you can see, I was a young little baby lesbian. I think I probably was about, I would say I was about 23. I want to say I was about maybe 24 or 25 in that video. No, this was in my early 20s, Victim on, because my mama passed away when I was 19, and I did this video. I want to say they interviewed me about this maybe about 4 or 5 years after she passed away. So I had to have been about 23 or 24. But as you can see, I was a lesbian through and through, even back then. And that was also my hair length, my true hair length, before I got my hair twisted and started my locks. So all it does is prove that my lock journey was authentic because I started off with a fade. My fade grew into a fro. Then I got my locks twisted, and now my locks have sprouted and become as long as you see them today. That's a fact. But one thing that will contradict what I said up in this video, because I really got to call out something, and this is another reason why I came live up on this. Because again, Ness said that they was looking for ugly people to interview. Meanwhile, and I don't understand how people be forgetting. Meanwhile, she brought herself to YouTube looking like this. Sometimes you just got to put a picture up to remind the bitch. Sometimes you got to put a picture up to remind the bitch. This is Ness. She said that I got interviewed 15 years ago because I was fat and ugly. But you don't see this fat and ugly bitch. If they was just going to pull fat and ugly people, then why they didn't pull you for it? Why they didn't want you? I mean, your daddy did. Didn't you say he was a doctor? If you say your daddy was a doctor and he dead, why nobody wanted to interview you? Why? And y'all must know. Y'all must know. What's good, Coolin? Hey, Dovey. Good morning, everybody. Y'all must know that Ness that Ness ass was easily about, I want to say about 230 pounds when she first got up on YouTube. This is the reason why she experimented with all them street drugs trying to lose weight. This is the reason why she experimented with the street drugs and ended up becoming an addict. So an addict sitting on her soapbox over there trying to tell me something about me getting an interview. Good morning, Coolin. I heard something happened to your channel, but this looked like you might have got the channel back. Did you get your channel back, or is this a new channel? But to feel some type of way about your own body image. Oh, this your other one. Okay. To feel some type of way about your own body image to the point. Hey, Stephanie Collins, welcome. To the point to where you will start experimenting with street drugs recreationally just to try to lose weight. That's crazy. That's how you end up getting put out your mama's house, which that's another thing. I ended up looking, and would y'all believe that in 2020, when we was all hanging out and having a good time with each other, all of us content creators in the beef sector, in 2020, when that was going down, Ness mama was evicting her. Did y'all know that Ness mama was evicting her? Did y'all know? And I mean, since we dropping links, let me just go ahead and drop a link for y'all. Here is a link for y'all so that y'all can go. Y'all can click that link. In that link, you can see the court documents of Ness's mama evicting her out of the house. Moderators, if you could, DC, any of my moderators, if you could go ahead and grab that link so that people can be able to click the link so that they can read the court documents about Ness's mama evicting her out the house. I believe that Ness's mama had got fed up with her, didn't want no parts with her. She doing drugs. She over there stealing from the mama, stealing from the brothers, not taking care of her son, ain't paying no bills, because at that particular time nobody was even checking on YouTube. That's why she had to be Craig and just play around. Always smoking weed and all this kind of stuff, having HIV scares, these things that she was doing, and her mama got fed up and said, look, you gotta go. You gotta go. So since Ness was wanting to share links, I'm just sharing this link. I'm just dropping it down there for y'all. And let me double check on my other screen to make sure that link is coming up to where y'all can click it. Let's see. We got so many tabs open over here. Let me close some of these tabs. I got a lot of tabs open. You hear me? A whole lot of them. Trying to clean up some of this. Me trying to close up some of these links and tabs, I ended up closing out the wrong tab, y'all. Good morning, Just Lovely. I ended up closing out the wrong tab. But yeah, let me make sure that I put this link for y'all up in here one more time. If y'all want to go see about Ness getting evicted by her mama. This was at Miami-Dade County, where her mama had enough. Let me make sure I copy it one more time so that I can drop it for y'all. And you know, it was at this point when Ness' mama evicted her, it was at this point where she have no choice but to go to a rehab. And so this is the reason why when you saw all of us having a great time together, enjoying each other, meeting in person, Ness was in rehab because her mama had done evicted her. Now, when you get to the point to where your mama evicting you out of the house, would that mean that you hit rock bottom? Would that technically mean that you done hit rock bottom because your mama don't even want you there no more? But we talking about fat and ugly. But you was fat and ugly. Girl, please. Not everybody is trying to do cocaine on a regular like you. Not everybody is trying to do that for weight loss. You doing these drops for weight loss, you always trying to get something that a quick fix for weight loss. But then you be the first one to call somebody fat and ugly. But look at you. Look at you and your 4 chins with that hair hat on. Rodney, do you see Ness with this hair hat on? Do you? So yeah, we not gonna get into Just Lovely said cocaine is definitely not a good diet plan. You know it ain't, but that's what Ness did. That's what she did. She did all these drugs. Shanice, Well, no, Shanice, this came from a live that on the channel that Ness don't even got no more. Ness don't even got that channel no more. But thank you for looking out for my channel. But Shanice, I also came on this channel specifically because I knew that I was going to put this picture. So I made sure to come on over here to this channel right here. This monetized J.Dunn channel right here because I knew that I was going to expose Ness with her fat, funky ass. This is the reason why y'all ain't seeing her up on the camera because she probably look like this again. As a matter of fact, I'm sure she looked like this again. I'm sure she does. But she will sit there and talk about the next bitch being fat. And she still had that lip. No amount of makeup. It's going to fix your face, Ness. At least I sat there and I didn't even need no makeup because, bitch, I'm a real lesbian. I done been told you. Oh, yeah, please like my video, y'all. I'm a real lesbian. Through and through. So I just want to show y'all fatness. Big fat madness. I also want to give y'all the link so that y'all, if y'all want to inquire about Ness being evicted by her mama, y'all definitely have the link available for y'all to go see. Because it seemed like, yeah, her mama had just got fed up with her ways. And then now, even all of these years later, 6-7 years later, Ness claimed to be up on her feet. She claimed to be an executive. She claimed to have gotten a new apartment or a condo. She claimed that now she got a car. She got all of these things, but she still don't have a son. I think it's crazy too because what she had a nerve to say, because I heard people saying that she was over there, grown folks talking greasy about me. So I went over there to grown folks to see what was said over there. Ness said that I was trying to normalize my sex machine. But for the last 6-7 years, she done been trying to normalize abandoning her child. Make that make sense. For the last 6-7 years, you have tried to normalize being a woman, giving birth, and abandoning your only child. And to be honest, the people that follow you over there, they help you normalize that. They'll drag the next bitch if the next bitch ever did the shit that you did. If the next bitch ever did this bullshit that Ness did, having a son or even having a child, period, and not taking care of it, dumping it off on somebody, and not a child about to be 13 and you still ain't got them back. But you get on here and you act like you done got your life situated and your life is in order, your life is together, and you this and you that, and you making so much money on YouTube. Well, girl, why you ain't got your son back? No. But yet you normalize that. They fell out. Well, see, and this is my thing, Big Mom. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. The way she was over there licking his ass, always going over there to his platform and stuff, licking his ass, trying to talk about us. And now she back to being hookers and hoes. I'm not surprised. Remember, he the one that came out here and threw a video out here saying that she was tricking up in a hotel. Remember when he came out here with that damn video and said that was Ness tricking in the damn hotel, up in there sucking dick, up in there sucking dick, trying to get a little piece of change. He the one that put that video out there. I remember when he first brought that video, and when I looked at that video, I was like, that ain't Ness. And actually, that's what made me load up this picture, believe it or not. This one right here. I first loaded up this picture because of that whole controversy where he was showing this person up in the hotel tricking, saying that it was Ness. Meanwhile, that person was thin. That person was not fat like Ness. And I'm like, no, back in the day, Ness was fat. So I loaded this picture back then so that I could show him and prove to him that you got the wrong person. That ain't Ness up in that video, because Ness was fat. Ness was fat and ugly. Shanice said he got into it with Up and got mad when she started speaking on his daughter after he spoke on her. He always get mad about people speaking on his daughter. And y'all, I think I got his daughter picture somewhere up in here. I ain't even gonna lie. I think I had snatched up his daughter picture when Babe was put out here. That's what I think. But one thing that I did notice about Inadequateness is that if y'all notice, she loves to sit there having not accomplished anything in her life, except for a couple of stints in rehab. But I don't even know. Oh yeah, that's her. She hasn't accomplished anything in life except a few stints in rehab, which really didn't work because I mean she's still over there abusing alcohol and over there abusing weed and whatever else she be on and taking over there. Yeah, that's next. That's next. Oh no, I'm not showing grown folks' daughter. I was looking to see if the picture was still up in there, but no, this ain't about him and his daughter. I ain't showing his daughter. But yeah, this is Ness. This is how Ness came on YouTube. This is how she introduced herself on YouTube. Fat, ugly, and with a swollen lip. Fat, ugly, with a beat up face. Fat, ugly, with an abandoned child. Fat, ugly, living at her mama house getting evicted. Fat, ugly, inadequate. But what I did notice is that she has not accomplished anything but the rehab stints, but then she loved to sit there and try to diminish other people's accomplishments. Ness doesn't even have the mental fortitude to complete a master's program. She just couldn't do it. She doesn't have the mental fortitude to write a thesis, to defend a thesis, to stand before a thesis committee. She don't know anything about any of those things, but she always want to sit on a high horse and try to tell other people or diminish other people's accomplishments. Then I heard her say that I was an intern at BET. Really? Ness, they wouldn't even let you in the building. They wouldn't even let you in. That's the part that you don't get. They wouldn't let you in the building for BET. Hell, you might go up in there and steal the celebrities' drugs. Because, you best believe them celebrities be having their drugs now. They wouldn't even let you in because everybody should have come up missing. Everybody stashed they weed. You up in there stealing everybody's shit. That'd be something that you would do. That'd be something that you would do. Zoe said Ness did accomplish something. She just didn't stick around to see it though. What she accomplished spitting out a baby. Is that what it is? She accomplished leaving her baby for dead. Did she? Well, no, she didn't leave her baby for dead. They said she left that lady for dead, not a baby. Ness, now when you felt like you didn't want to deal with that baby, did you leave him at the fire department? when you made up in your mind that you didn't want no parts with him and you didn't want nothing to do with him. Did you leave him at the fire department, or did you just go and drop him off at your brother's doorstep? I mean, when you dropped him off at your brother's doorstep, did you at least ring the doorbell, or did you just leave him sitting out there in like a little basket? I mean, these are the questions that we want to know. And I mean, the only person that have the answers to these questions is you, Ness. The only person. Shanice said, let me lay back down. Shaq. Look, Shanice, I'm just saying, because those are the answers to questions that we really want to know. C-Mac TV said, is Ness the executive of Lim, Kim, Dory, and Company? You know, she might be. And I know that Ness, she just gets so pissed off whenever I show my accomplishments. That's why she say that I was an intern. I was an intern in 2007 and 2008. But by 2009, bitch, I was getting paid. You heard me? Paid. Does this look like an intern? Does it? You think BET is really giving the interns swag and merch and stuff? You think they really just giving that away? Oh, okay. If ever they ever brought Sunday Best back, I would be hired right on the spot. Script coordinating. Script coordinating. That's why I would be doing this. You know something? I don't even think the celebrities would want to get this close to you, Ness. They would. They might be scared that you're going to try to rob them. And when I mean rob them of their drugs. They ain't trying to get this close with you. So again, when you can't even get into the door, this Ronrico Lee, Ronrico, I worked with Ronrico on a few different projects out here. And specifically, I got to meet his wife because his wife, Shay, is a makeup artist here. And so a lot of the projects that I would work on, Shay would be the makeup artist for makeup. And because his wife worked on set with me, Ronrico would always show up. He would show up and bring their son to come visit her at work. So when he would show up, yeah, this Ronrico Lee, he used to be on Sister Sister. Yeah, that's a leather hat. But he would always show up and bring their little son. Because at that time, their son was a little baby. Had to have been about maybe 2 years old. About a year or two, he was young. And he would bring the baby up there to see his mom at work, and he would visit with everybody. Plus, again, he just wanted to come and chill with his wife at work sometimes. And then sometimes he just wanted to kick back with other celebrities. So, this is the circle of people that I done been around. So when Ness is saying that I can't accomplish numbers on YouTube, girl, no. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Not me. Not me. That's what you need to do. You need to worry about accomplishing numbers on YouTube. You need to worry about wish lists and begging all the time. You need to worry about those types of things. I mean, hell, I still got the messages where you needed the money. I mean, we ain't gonna forget that you messaged me and said that you really needed the money whenever the people paid to drop me. Because you the one that needed the money. You the one that was complaining about not being able to afford a $300 light bill. That was you. Good morning, Sonny. Good morning. So I mean, like, let's be real. You don't have to diminish my real life accomplishments to try to make yourself feel better. You even trying to diminish my real life accomplishments, even though it make you feel better, and your audience, I guess your audience is feeding into what you giving. The fact is, you've accomplished nothing. You couldn't even accomplish being a good mother, and that's sad. Didn't they say that the hardest job and the greatest job in the world is being a mother? And y'all already saw Ness quit that job. Oh, they say the hardest job in the world is being a mother. Ness quit. She quit. She said, hell no. I ain't about to do this job. She said, I'd rather be up in the street smoking weed, drinking, getting addictions. I'd rather be in and out of the rehabilitation program than that. Yes, Shanice, $300 for the light bill. She did. And actually, I think, because it's a clip that I had put on my other channel. Now, ODS had let me clip it as long as I had shared out his thing that last time. Let me see if I could go find that clip on my other channel, y'all. Let me see if I could go find it real quick. Because I had clipped it for y'all to hear, because it's funny, like her people be thinking that I just be making up lies about her. No, the only person that be making up lies is Ness. I mean, when the truth hurts you, then you gonna have to lie. Because the truth be hurting Ness. The truth really be hurting her. I mean, but it's clear to me that the truth hurt her. That's why she self-medicate, y'all. The truth of her life, her existence, her lackluster accomplishments, it hurts her. So because it hurts her, that's the reason why she self-medicate and always trying to get addicted to something. Like, girl, please. Girl, why you can't be high off life? Why you can't be high off life? Why you can't be high off actually seeing something through and accomplishing something? I'm looking here now. I'm trying to find that clip, y'all. That's why y'all hear me thinking out loud, because I know I clipped that video because ODS gave me permission to clip it that day. Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. Let me see if I can bring this clip up here. So this is the clip. Let me bring it up here to present it. Share my screen. For all of her people that say that I'm lying about her not being able to pay her bills and being behind on her bills, listen to this clip, y'all.
Okay, but you already got over $200 last night. You already got over $200 last night.
I paid my bills with it.
But then what was gonna happen with your bills if you wouldn't have had that?
They would have
if they
late.
Wouldn't have dropped me, then what you wouldn't have paid your bills?
Are you broke, X?
Okay, but you already got over $200 last night. You already got over $200 last night.
I paid my bills with it. But
then what was gonna happen with your bills if you wouldn't have had that?
They would have
if they wouldn't have dropped me, then what you wouldn't have paid your bills?
Are you broke, X?
Okay.
I know y'all heard her say they would have been late. But let me play it one more time. She said they would have been late because she was late on her motherfucking bills. But she an executive. Please.
You already got over $200 last night. You already got over $200 last night.
I paid my bills with it. But then
what was gonna happen with your bills if you wouldn't have had that?
They would have been
late. They wouldn't have dropped me, then what you wouldn't have paid your bills?
Are you broke, X?
But you already got over $200 last night. You already got over 200 last night.
I paid my bills with it. I paid my bills
But
with it.
then what was gonna happen with your bills if you wouldn't have had that?
They would have
If
been
they
late.
wouldn't have dropped me, then what you?
She said they would have been late. So the fact that this bitch get on here depending on the drop game to make the money to pay her light bill. I pay my bills with it. You on here depending on money that you get from these people. Otherwise, your bills would have been late. And who jealous of who and what? Who is a bum and what? That's probably why your mama evicted you. Speaking of your mama evicting you, let me make sure that I gotta keep this circulating. Y'all, if y'all want to see about Ness mama evicting her, this is the link to that. You can go. It was, let me look at the date. It was February 10th, 2020. February 10th, 2020, in which Ness mama had to file a suit against her to evict her from the house. February 10th, 2020, everybody. Well, her mama had to evict her. What's good, Stephen? Oh, yeah, about Creole. Oh, I'm happy you brought that up, Stephen. Thank you. I'm happy you brought that up. So I did see Ness do her commentary about Creole's thing. Y'all have to realize the backhanded, backwards ass shit that Ness be trying to do. Because let's keep it all the way honest. If Ness even gave a damn about Creole's trauma and Creole's pain, she wouldn't have then took that conversation and brought it to an even larger and broader audience. I think when she was playing that Creole video, I peeked up in there and it was about 600 people up in there watching that. But she had this fake ass outrage as she was reviewing that particular portion of ODS video. But meanwhile, I guess she don't even realize that you bringing it to another 600 and something people, pausing it and stopping it as if Creole don't be up in your chat. But you was standing up for Creole? You cared about Creole? The fact that you and Dory sat up there and did this long and drawn out review of that particular portion of the video, saying that I was playing in people's trauma, but you just played up in the trauma and made a profit. Now let me say that again. The fact that you took such a sensitive topic, according to you and Dory, it's so sensitive, and brought it to your platform and monetized on it, what you have done is capitalized and monetized on Creole's trauma. That's what you did. That's what you did. The sly, snaky ass shit that she be doing, and y'all act like y'all don't see what she be doing. I be like, come on now, y'all gotta. I know y'all ain't that gullible. I know y'all ain't that gullible. That girl, if she gave a damn about anything about Creole and what happened to Creole's daughter, which again, Ness was in rehab when all that happened. Ness missed all of that. Ness, Creole was talking about it from panel to panel. The first panel that I heard Creole talk about it was on Bama Girls. But again, you was in rehab, Ness. You missed a lot. Good morning, Angela T. White. I never even knew that Creole had a channel at all. But once that happened with her daughter, she came on Bama Girls platform and she was really heartbroken about what happened. And she was explaining to what happened to Bama Girl. I think Q Robinson might have even been there. Because Q Robinson used to be on Bama Girls all the time. Creole came and was explaining to them what happened with her daughter. And this is when it had just happened. And from that point, Creole promoted her channel, and she said that she would be giving updates on everything on her channel. So I subscribed to Creole's channel specifically because I wanted to know the updates of the case. And Creole would talk to her audience. And I'm not shading Creole. This ain't no shade at all, so please don't take it that way. But Creole would sometimes have an audience of maybe like 3 or 4 of us up in there. Even though she talked about it initially on Bama Girl's platform, when Bama Girl had hundreds in there. Hundreds of people, the Babe Nation people, the Renegade gang from QB and them, all of them folks was over there at Bama Girls when when Creole first talked about what happened with her daughter. But none of them gave a damn enough to go and support her channel. None of them gave a damn enough to go and listen to what she was saying. She was having to process and sort through her own grief. Not only that, shortly after the thing with her daughter, then her husband unfortunately passed away. But Ness, you missed all of that because you was in rehab. It's crazy to me how you found out all of this stuff that we already knew. We all knew because we all been stable in our lives. We wouldn't get evicted by our mamas. Hell, when your mama was evicting you, I was still staying right here in this condo that I love. When your mama was evicting you, Marissa was trying to come over here to my condo. You hear me? Next, when your mama was putting you out over there, Marissa was still trying to come over here. I think you left that narrative by the wayside, didn't you? About me not being able to get women. And I think that Marissa interview also kind of took your narrative away about me having to be obsessed with and stalking bitches. Why I gotta stalk a bitch from the internet? Why I gotta stalk a bitch that I met on the internet when Marissa is 20 minutes away? She could just come right on over. She know my address. She know my number. Because my address and my phone number never changed. Never changed. Somebody, but yeah, I want y'all to take note that just the fact that Ness played and paused that conversation on her platform to gain monetarily, you just gained money off of Creole's trauma. You did that. The fact that you always sit on your high horse and try to dictate who is a good person. You say that quite often, and when I hear you say that, I just shake my head. She always says, she's not a good person. Pizarro's not a good person. J.Dunn's not a good person. Brianna's not a good person. They are not good people. You are not a good person. A good person would have their son. Let's start there. You are not a good person. I always try to pinpoint who is a good person and who is evil and who is malicious and who is vile and who is this and who is that. But a good person would have their son. Or better yet, a good mother. A good mother would have their son. You say that I am not a good person, but according to this link in this article, your mama didn't think you were a good person. Your mama said you wasn't a good person, and that's why she said you gotta go. That's why your mama had to evict you, because you weren't a good person. Good morning, ghetto. To just sit on the soapbox and really try to make people think that other people are not good people when we are the ones that ain't been to rehab in and out like you. Please like my video. I mean, you in and out at the rehab. How good of a person are you? Your mama had to kick you the hell out. How good of a person are you? And just the fact, now y'all, let's really break this down about this link that I'm putting up in here for y'all. Let's really break it down. Because what type of person do you have to be that when your mama tell you to get out and go, you won't just go? For you to have to force your mama, to go down to the Miami-Dade courthouse and pay a filing fee and pay court costs and pay court fees to make you get your lazy, fat, ugly black ass up out her house, you ain't a good person. Ain't no way your mama should have had to go and pay the courts any motherfucking thing to have access to the space in which she pays. Your mama shouldn't have had to go to no white people and pay them a fuck thing to get you out that damn house. Your grown ass should have been out the house. But we ain't good people? No, you ain't a good person because you force your mama to have to do all that. Who forced their mama to have to do all that? Who forced their mama to have to go and put the white people on them? Who forced their mama to have to do that? Everybody know that a black mama ain't trying to get the white folks up in their business. They damn sure don't want the white folks up in the business of their household, nor do they want to have to get the white folks on their children. What's good, Kay Couture? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But you ain't a good person. That's why your mama had to go foul on you. You stupid bitch. And again, since you was in the market of dropping links in your chat, I'm just dropping my own link over here so the people could go see what you made your mama have to go through. Well, all you have to do was take your overgrown, tired ass and just leave. Because let's start here. Ness will be 37 this year. And we in 2025? So if she's 37 in 2025, then that means that when her mama had to force her out the damn house, had to force her fuck on up out of there, she was 32 years old. Why in the hell anybody's mama gotta go to the courts and file down to the courthouse to evict their 32-year-old motherfucking child? You ain't a good person. You just ain't a good person. 32 years old and your mama had to force your bitch ass the fuck out. Angela T. White, please. That even that in itself, the fact that she can't even accept her age. Now, how in the hell Ness 29 years old when her son damn near 19? I'll wait. Now, how in the hell she 29, her son damn near 19? The fuck? What are we talking about here? And it be so many people that just be believing the bullshit. I be like, what? Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that? Child, I could not even imagine my mama having to evict me. Hell, I've been living in this condo for the last 10 years. My landlord don't even have to evict me. But your mama had to evict you. Your mama had to evict you. So we ain't gonna play these games about who is a good person, who is evil, who is this, whose character is that. Girl, your character said it all that your mama had to go to the courthouse, to the white folks and file on your ass. That just says everything. The fact that your mama said, Ness, go ahead and get out. You grown. You 32 years old. Go ahead and get your own place and get your son back. Look, I need my space. I want to be able to be up in my house with my own space. And you couldn't even accept that. You couldn't even respect it. You couldn't even respect it and just leave. You couldn't even respect this woman's simple request and just leave. I mean, hell, she had to raise your stupid ass from birth. When you really think about it, Ness mama done had to deal with her for 32 years. I said damn near 19, Shanice. He about to be 13. He about to be 13. So Stephen, they were filming for the show. But I wasn't. No, Sean typically back, especially around that time when Sean was really with YouTube heavy. If he was in Atlanta, he would just hit me up on IG and be like, "Well, J.Dunn, I'm gonna be in Atlanta. You know, I'm gonna be in this area, blah blah blah." He would just let me know that he was in Atlanta if I wanted to link up. And this time specifically, he hit me up and let me know that they was all going to be at that house. So he gave me the address to the mansion for me to go over there to meet with everybody. But specifically, he invited me there. But yeah, they had been filming for the show, but I had not. And as you saw, that was my very first time meeting Phi Babe face to face. And that bitch hugged me. Oh my God, J.Dunn hugged me. I was almost scared the bitch was going to kiss me on the cheek. She had on some red lipstick that day, and I was scared she was going to kiss me on the cheek. She was so happy to see me, and I didn't want no red lipstick kiss mark on my cheek. But she damn sure ain't pick up nothing and swing. Good morning, Demon Soul. She ain't pick up nothing and swing nothing at me. She ain't try to choke me. She ain't try to push me. She ain't try to push me down. She ain't try to kick me in the stomach. She ain't try to do none of this bullshit. She ain't take her bangles off and try to throw it at me that time. She ain't do none of this stuff when she first met me. You crazy. It was only the second taping where she thought, let me tell you, you got to understand the hype. It was only the second taping in Orlando when Phi Babe was really under the impression that she was about to blow up and be a celebrity. She thought she was going to blow up, be a celebrity. She thought that she was about to get signed with Netflix and damn Hulu and all of these other damn TV networks. She thought that she was essentially she was trying to be a real housewife, which is why she had all that vibrato the second time. But the first time, she ain't have none of that. None of it. You know how people will show out and ham it up for the camera because they want to let the producers see that, hey, she's got it. That's the it girl. She's going to be the one that's going to make this show a success. Oh, yes, we got to center everything around her. She's going to do it. That bitch was so ready to be a part of some limelight that she was willing to go to jail for it. And I think that's foolish. The fact that you so ready to be a part of the limelight that you was ready to go to jail for it. Trying to assault a bitch. What? But just 3 months ago, you was hugging me about to kiss me on the cheek. Just 3 months ago, you was bumming cigarettes and shit, asking me what type of cigarette I smoke and all this. Y'all have to understand, Phi Babe was putting on the most because she wanted the most attention. She wanted the show to be surrounding her. She wanted to take the shine away from everybody else. I just happen to be the scapegoat. It's as simple as that. I happen to be invited there. And she wanted all of this fame and fortune. I mean, hell, don't forget her and QB wanted fame so bad that they went to the damn Judge Joe Brown or Judge Mathis or Judge whatever, because that's just how bad they really want to be on TV. Who want to be on TV so bad that they just go into the court shows just filing frivolous ass lawsuits against each other? Who do that? But that's how bad she wanted to be on TV. But again, while Fabe was willing to go to jail trying to be on TV, my name had been scrolling on network television, major networks, for 10 years plus. As a matter of fact, y'all, when I filed my taxes, almost 2 weeks ago, one of the documents that I had to file for my taxes was a royalty document. Because I still get paid royalties off shit that I worked on 7, 8 years ago. I'm still getting paid royalties. And I have to wait for those documents to come up in the mail so that I can file it out with my taxes. I'm still getting paid stuff from shit that I worked on. And that's why it's just so funny that Ness called me the intern. Girl, please. Anytime Sunday Best is in syndication, I just might get a check in the mail. Anytime it's in syndication, if they decide to pick it up and put it on Paramount Plus, if they decide to pick it up and bring it back to television, I just might get a check. And then I got to file that with my taxes, girl. Interns don't have to file shit with their taxes, ho. But you probably ain't even filed your taxes yet. And that's how you know that's the weirdest thing that I don't get about Ness. Because most of these women that do have babies, don't they keep the babies so that they can file them on their taxes? Don't you get more money if you have your baby up in your household? Don't you get more? Like, don't you get a refund and stuff like that if you got your child? I'm almost willing to bet that her brother raising her son, but she's still over there carrying him as a dependent on her taxes. If she even filed taxes. That's if she even filed them. The brother and his wife over there raising them, but you carrying them as a dependent. The hell is going on? That's some backwards ass shit. Backward shit. Okay, Kajor said earned income credit. Shanice said, I doubt that. What, Shanice? You don't think that so you don't think that the brother let Ness carry him as a dependent, even though she don't feed him, she don't clothe him, she don't do none of that for him? Hold on. Let me see. Angela said raising a child from birth to 18 in the United States typically costs around $233,000. What? That much? Yeah, that's a whole house. Why have a child when you could just buy a house? Why have a child when you could just buy a house? Girl, please. That's a lot. Just Lovely said that's against the law. It might be against the law, Just Lovely, but I mean, is Ness really a law-abiding citizen? I mean, let's be real. The recreational drugs that she do on a day-to-day basis, that's against the law. You think Ness give a damn? You think Ness give a damn about what's against the law? I mean, hell, it's documentation about her stealing a damn Subway sandwich from Publix. That's against the law too, to steal a damn sandwich. But she stole it. She stole it. So I don't think Ness care about what's against the law. I guess that's the moral of that story. That's the moral of that. Oh my goodness. So Coolin said, definitely not against the law if she helped 6 months out of the year, but I'm on mute. Now y'all know. I mean, this is what I think. I mean, when Ness begin, thank you for the cash out. Thank you for the cash out. Y'all think she actually be sending her son a part of that cash out? I doubt it. I mean, what if he want to buy Roblox? Ain't that what the kids be playing now, the Roblox? Ain't that what the kids be playing these days, the Roblox? What, what if he want to buy Roblox? Is she sending him part of that cash out? Is she sending him part of that Google AdSense check so he could buy Roblox? Lee Pepper said, add 50K to 100K for college. Oh, you ain't never lied about that college. You ain't never lied about it. Luckily for undergrad, I did have a couple of scholarships. But once it came time for me to get that master's, ain't no such thing as no scholarship for no master's. Ain't no such thing as a Pell Grant for no damn master's. Ain't no such thing as none of that assistance for the master's. Just got to get that shit in the loan. And oh boy, when it's time to be paying them loans off, paying them off. It's crazy. One of my grandma's sisters used to tell me about my student loans all the time. But she always told me to let that be my last debt to worry about. She said, you already got what you went there to get. She said, make sure that you be paying all your other bills. Don't worry about that. That one could wait. She said, what they gonna do? Come and take the degree from you? She said, what they gonna do? They gonna take it from you because you didn't pay that student loan? What they gonna do? I was like, well, I said, you might got a point. You might got a point. Because I remember, y'all, when I was in my 20s, I was very uptight about not having debt. Very uptight. Even so much so, I was uptight about not having debt that even after my mama died, I paid off all of my mama debt. In hindsight, I think that was the craziest thing I ever did. In hindsight, if my adult self could talk to my younger self when I was 19, I would have told my younger self, fuck all them bills, fuck all that debt, fuck it. That's what I would have told myself then. Well, from now to then. But as a 19-year-old, my main thought at that time was, I don't want anybody saying that my mama died owing them anything. That was my mindset back then, which was, it made sense, but then it don't make sense. Because when I look at it now, these corporations didn't give a damn. Why am I paying them? If my mama is dead, my mom is dead. She can't pay it. But I was hell bent on making sure that she didn't have no debt on her name while she was dead. I was like, no. She don't owe you nothing. She don't owe you shit. But in hindsight, it's a lot of that stuff that I would have just left. I would have left that shit. I would have sent them a copy of the death certificate and kept it moving. Let me see. Coolin said, oh my God, my oldest is extremely uptight about her credit and her money. Tuddy said, thanks to everyone who purchases from Roblox. It helps with my stocks in the company to grow. Shanice said, wait, I'll take that back. I give gaming gift cards. Ain't no telling for real. But yeah, y'all. Well, I done rambled with y'all for an hour and a half, which is really shocking. I didn't expect to just be here with y'all for that long. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't expect. Y'all, I just wanted to come and put in some time here with y'all up on this channel, especially this morning. I was running late for my morning show, but I came on here and did it. And so it is what it is. It's just gonna be another one in the books. And what else? What else I want to tell y'all before I wrap it on up, before I close it on up? Because I need to get off of here and do something productive with myself. Thank you, cool. You enjoy the rest of your day too. You enjoy the rest of your day too. But yeah, I'm gonna be productive today. I'm gonna try to make this day a productive day. I will say that my mood has shifted. My mood has shifted a lot with coming and doing this live and laughing with y'all. So that's good. So let's see. Thank you so much, Dr. Nikki, for your support and your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Kay Kajor, for your donation and support this morning. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate each and everything that y'all give and donate. Dovey, I thought I did put up a goal. I thought I did. But maybe I forgot to, because Dovey, what happened was I started one live and was having horrible audio issues because my cell phone and my Bluetooth headphones was messing up this morning. So because the audio was horrible, I had to end that live, delete that live, and then bring up a new live and start all over again. So if you don't see my goals up there, it's probably because when I started this new live, I forgot to put it back up there. So that's probably what happened. I see that comment. ZX done snatched the link fast. I see that comment. But either way, y'all. Well, I enjoyed y'all this morning. I hope y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that y'all are very productive today. No, it's okay. It's okay, Dovey. But I hope that y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a very productive day. And I guess y'all take care, be blessed, don't stress. Catch the replay, share the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Oh, I forgot my music. Almost forgot my music. Bye-bye, y'all. Dovey, you got a question for me? Now, Dovey. Now, what question you got, Dovey? Now, Dovey will wait for me to press my music to talk about she got a question. What's your question, Dovey? What is it? Y'all hold on. Dovey got a question. Hold on, y'all. Class ain't over yet, y'all. Come back. Class ain't out yet, y'all. Come back. Are you going to talk about the wrench that got snatched to the gods? Oh, Jake Smith. I talked about that wrench on my Dunn Daughter channel. I talked about that wrench more in detail on my Dunn Daughter channel yesterday afternoon when it happened. So if you go to my Dunn Daughter channel, okay, you back. If you go to my Dunn Daughter channel, you should see a video called Throwback for the Newbies. And that's where I talked about the wrench. That's where I talked about it. So that's the reason why I glossed over it. Sorry about that, Jake Smith. Because I covered it yesterday when it had happened in real time. I did like a 30-minute live and I talked about that over there. So that's why I didn't talk about it here. Dovey said she had a question for me, but I don't see her putting no question. I don't know. Dovey, I was waiting on your question, but I don't see it. But if I see you type it, and if I see you around, I'll answer for you. Even if I have to come over there to your yard. But yeah, okay. Bye, y'all.